What's good, everybody? Today we are gonna be backtesting for a bit, and I'm gonna have a focus on explaining how you can take the best asset. So instead of taking the asset which is gonna deliver the slowest, we're gonna focus on taking the asset which is gonna deliver first, and therefore be the best asset to take. So let's do January 2025, a 50k account, and let's get a nicer chart. So let's just get started. I hope everybody is doing well. It's been some time since I've posted, but in that time I've just been focusing on trading, of course, and teaching and learning myself to get even better. Let's go to New York. Let's just go to market open. Perfect. So we always start by looking at the daily time frame to see what our higher time frame tells us. Here I already see that we have this bearish SMT where NQ is the weakest pair. We also respected this daily gap, retraced back up into it and started coming down. Same on NQ and YM. We do have an SMT down here, but we could look for a SMT break if we wanted to. Otherwise we have some draws down here which we could target. I see that we have a new weak opening gap right here. This would be a very nice place to target, as new weak opening gap always is always a very good draw. So we got our SMT, and I can see it's also inside of a 4-hour gap, which we haven't even tapped on the other assets, which also makes this a gap SMT. Oh wait, yeah, we have tapped it on ES, so NQ is by far the weakest pair, and that means that this is going to be the strongest pair if we are looking to take shorts. Let's see if we can get something. This 1 hour looks to not get respected. We do have some lows, but we are still rejecting hard out of this gap right here. Also looks like we may get a PSP, but the candle is not closed yet, so I can't say that much about it. Let's see, what do we have that we can retrace back up to when we open? We got 15-minute gap up here, and not on ES. And then do we have 5-minute gaps? We do. So let's just sit on the 5-minute and see what we do when we open. Wait, what happened? Did it remove all my my drunks? What happened here? Okay, so my drunks disappeared. Let's just do it quickly again. Uh, that's kind of weird. So we have new week opening gap down here, which we want to target because we got this higher time frame bearish SMT on the daily time frame, as we see right here. And ES looks to be the weakest pair. And then we got our 15-minute gap. And I might be staying at the 5-minute just to see how we open. So we opened right now, and I would like for us to put in some kind of SMT, as we do right here. We tap back into the 50 minutes, so we have a gap SMT, which we of course also got. No, this is the gap SMT. Well, perfect. Let's see how we react. I'd like to see some good displacement away from the, as we do right here. So yeah, I'm gonna take this. We are very close to new week opening gap. So I'll just take my 20-point stop loss, which is what I usually use, and target the new week opening gap. And the reason why I'm taking NQ in this one is because NQ is the strongest pair to go towards this strong liquidity, which is the new week opening gap. So I'm expecting that NQ is going to be the first asset to take this, because if we look at YM, we can see that YM made the swing high, NQ made the failure swing. On YM, we aren't as close to our drawn liquidity, so proximity to draw, where we are closer to our drawn liquidity on NQ. And if we look at ES, you can see that we are just lower in the range on NQ than on ES. So I would want to take this. Oh, wait. Uh, it's a sell order, like this. Okay, so don't mind the execution. And we're going for 1 to 2. So let's see how this turns out. So when we start here, I would like for us, if we take these lows, looks like we're expanding. Yeah, we do. Bang. Perfect. Perfect ass trade, this one. You see that ES took the new week opening gap. Let's see if, yeah. NQ took the new week opening gap, then ES, because NQ was lower in the range. So this is why I'm focusing on taking the best asset, because in this case, we can just see that NQ was the weakest asset, so the one that would take our drawn liquidity first, and therefore we enter in this. And if we see in the higher time frame, we got the higher time frame bearish SMT, which was also with a failure swing at NQ. Then we come down, got this draw, have a 15-minute gap that we tap off open, creating an SMT, and we got instant displacement away, and I took this CSD right here as my entry. Very good trade, very good trade. So let's see if we can get something else. Just go back to the 5-minute and see how we react of this new week opening gap. Here I would expect YM to try to catch up. As we do, we try to catch up, but right now it looks like we are reversing off the new week opening gap. Let's see, tap the 15-minute. Could you have taken a continuation trade up? You may. It's 10 AM right now. So not, or like it was just 10 AM. Let me just look. Yeah, we are still in this 4 hour. So I would expect us to continue down. What did we tap? This could look good. So if we look up here, we can see that we got. Oh wait, this is actually kind of tricky. In the 1 hour, we now got a SMT right here with why I'm not taking that high. Inside of the 15 minute, I'm still bearish. If I wanted to take a short here, I would take the CSD. Like this. I think we should try this one. Let's take it on YM. To that swing low. Bang! Let's fucking go. Holy shit. I'm actually cooking right now. It actually looks like NQ could have been the best asset to take right here, but wait, let's just do a recap of this one also. So when we look on the higher time frame, we see that we have a bearish SMT on the higher time frame with these two, and also on YM. We are inside of a 4-hour gap on YM. When we scale down, we see we got a 1 hour a 1 hour SMT, and we also got a PSP right here, but that doesn't really matter for this exact trade. Then right here we can see what actually mattered. So we got the 1 hour SMT, we got a PSP right here. These two candles close bullish. This closes bearish, indicating a reverse, a rejection. And we are still inside the 15-minute and the 1 hour. And we get a 1-minute CSD with very good displacement and enter the trade, targeting around a 1 to 2 hour. Fantastic trade, this one. Let's go to the next day. This is Friday. Let's just go to open. This is open. And let's look on the daily time frame to start with. I'm instantly bullish on this day. You see we got this higher time frame bullish SMT, where just by looking at this, I would say that ES looks to be the better asset to take, but I can see that NQ is high in the range right now. We got this bearish SMT, so we could trade to SMT break, so we could trade targeting to break this bearish SMT. Because if we are gonna be bullish and price is gonna go up here, we of course gonna break this SMT and take that high. So that would be a good draw. You can also see that we are not respecting this 4-hour gap, and we are kinda just continuing to move higher. So I would actually just be looking for a continuation trade. I would probably not take YM because YM looks kind of bad in this case. Like we can see with ES, this is the one which put in the failure string, which is good for taking longs then, but it's still low in the range. NQ didn't put in the failure string, but it's delivering better away from the SMT. We can see that we're high in the range, and YM didn't put in the failure string. It swept this low and is low in the range. So I'd probably be looking at ES and NQ. Let's see what we do at open. We actually might get something already here. We can see that we tap this 5-minute gap, making a gap SMT. right here to open. Very strong rejection. And in this case, I would take in Q because, as I said before, we are high in the range. Here we put in the failure swing. We didn't manipulate the fair value gap, the 5-minute gap, and even though this had a very good rejection, this is delivering away from the SMT better. So this actually looks perfect to me. Let me do the CST. In this case, it would make sense to put it at the SMT low. And here you could target the SMT break, but I'm probably just gonna take my normal 1 to 2. If we had a draw like around here in the middle, I would have targeted that. But since we are kinda far away, I'm just gonna take this 1 to 2. A bit higher since it's a bit lower. Let's see, 1 to 2 here. Let's see, I want to see us instantly start to deliver away, which we do. ES is actually delivering better. I could have seen it coming because of this very strong rejection, but I still like the closure. Let's go break even. And we are risk off, and bang. To the fucking tick, basically. Let's go, let's go. This is fire. I'm pretty sure that we are gonna run further, but at the same time, I'm kind of fine with taking my profits right where I took them. Let's see if we actually go further. Yeah, of course we continue. You can see here 1 to 4 would have been hit easily. Let's see if we can take another trade actually. I still think that we're gonna have to come up and take that draw. And now we got a 15-minute down here. Which we and take this low, putting in an SMT. So let's see if we get a CST right here. We do. And what would make sense for us to take? Let's just go for 1 to 2, but I'm sure that we could take this up here. And the reason why I'm taking NQ is because we made the failure swing. We are high in the range, and we got a entry before, and you can't take Ryan right here because we're just lower. So like this. Alright, holy shit. I got edge on the stop loss may have been a bit retarded on this one. Yeah, of course. Yeah, holy shit, I got edged on this one. So the idea was totally correct. We were gonna come up and displace away from this MMT, but the entry, I just got manipulated, because you can see if I had entered anywhere down here, would have been instant take profit. Even if you had taken this one up here, it would have been easy, take profit. Okay, let's take one more day, which is gonna be Monday then. Let's see. This is open, and we can see we have delivered away beautifully. Still have our SMT right here. YM is lagging, NQ and ES looks very good in my opinion. My target would be somewhere up here, but let's see. We have tapped this 1 hour. Looks like we are inversing this. Let's just see what we do at open. Did we? Oh, we actually may have something here. You can see this SMT we have put in now inside of a 1 hour gap. As we can see, NQ is the strongest asset. It's leading right now. So, and we got our CASD, which let's try this one. For 1 to 2. Bang. Nice trade, very nice trade, very nice trade. This was a very good backtesting session. We can see our stats right here. 2.5k P&L. Win rate was 8% because we won 4 trades and lost 1 trade. The thing I forgot was that when you take, of course, 1 mini on the different the different assets, it's of course a different risk. So for example, this YM trade, I won 275, meaning I risked 100 and like 37.5. So this means that I risked too little, and therefore it should have been around 4k minus 600, which would be 3.4k. But nothing to be done about that. This is something that you of course need to remember when trading the other assets. That is that you need to up your risk on some assets and of course stay the same on the assets that you already know how much to risk. So yeah, this was the little backtesting session for today, and I hope you guys got anything out of it. And if you got any questions or want to learn more about the way that I trade, then you are very welcome to join my Discord server. The link is going to be in the bio. So I'm going to see you guys over there. Bye bye.